Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I'm going to do a session on sleep um, because many people have sleep issues, and sleep is really important for our health and well-being. And sleep issues can vary from a little bit of trouble getting off to sleep. Um, Problems with waking during the night, or complete insomnia. There's an awful lot that healing can do to help sleep, and certainly looking at what's going on is really important. There may be that it may be that the person is experiencing an awful lot of stress, and stress, of course, either makes people not sleep very much, or it can push them the other way where they're sleeping an awful lot. One of the things I've also come to understand is that each of the main organs have energy channels that go to them, and over different times of the day, those energy channels are feeding energy into those major organs. The ones that are really important at night are the gallbladder and the liver, because they're helping us to detox. And those ones are the energy channels feeding those is between 11 o'clock at night and 3 in the morning. So trying to get to bed so that we're asleep for about 11 o'clock is really important, so that we get that opportunity to detox properly. So the liver it detoxes us from a physical point of view, but also emotionally, it helps to clear out the energies of anger, resentment, a lot of those negative sorts of energies. So if people are struggling to get to sleep, I usually look to see if they've got any excesses of hormones like melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that helps you to get off to sleep, and if you've got a lack of it in the physical, I usually find an excess of the energy in the energy of the person. And of course, with an excess in the energy, the body thinks, because the energy is connected, the body thinks that it's got enough, but actually it hasn't. So some of the work that I do to help people with sleep is clearing any excesses of hormones like melatonin, also serotonin as well, which is one of the happy hormones, and is used in antidepressants. That can also be in excess in the energy, which then leads to sleep issues. From the point of view of minerals, magnesium is one that people can be low on in the physical body, and have an excess of in the energy. So again, that's another that I would actually clear. What I've discovered as well in the energy is, well, in the physical body, we've got a little node in part of the brain, which is linked to sleep and metabolism, and it's called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. And it's also known as the master clock, but it's basically the pacemaker of the body clock, and so it controls the production of melatonin, and helps with sleep. What I discovered was that energies sometimes need realigning with that nucleus, so that people's sleep improves. I do a lot of work to help clear people's stress as well, and their stress levels, get their stress levels down, because if people are very stressed, then they'll have the stress hormones running around their body. And if you've got too much stress hormones, then you can't actually relax to go off to sleep. I have found with people with insomnia that often there's a lot of trauma or fears and past lives that need clearing, that relate to not being able to sleep. So it might be a fear of the dark, I had someone who had big sleep issues, who had been a night watchman and got into trouble for falling asleep at night. So clearing the energy of all of that helped to improve sleep for him. There's other things that are important as well, and from a point of view of what you can do to help yourself, is things like not eating late at night, because your body doesn't want to be having to deal with a heavy meal when you're trying to sleep. Also avoiding things like caffeine and alcohol late in the day, because they will keep you awake. Magnesium cream you can get, which you put on the bottom of your feet, and that can help with sleep, and particularly for people that have very restless legs during sleep, that can be of great benefit. And then amethyst is a really good crystal for helping you to sleep. It helps to de-stress you, helps you to feel much more relaxed and able to go off to sleep. So putting a piece of amethyst under the pillow can really help with sleep. So having restorative sleep is really important, because if we don't get good quality sleep, then it can lead to all sorts of other problems. So I'm sure many of you will have experienced not getting a good night's sleep and then trying to work the next day, and you just get brain fog, you can't concentrate properly, and it can have a big effect on how you're feeling that day. Also, if you're not getting enough regular sleep, it has a big effect on the immune system as well, and then it can influence how well your body can repair body tissues and the DNA. Sleep is just really crucial for keeping us in a place of health and wellness, and certainly sleep can sometimes be a symptom of something else that's actually going on. So somebody who's got mental health problems may find their sleep patterns disturbed, and it's actually looking at what's causing the issues that's really important. Equally, if somebody's got physical health problems and is suffering a lot of pain, that then may lead to sleep issues. So it's really important to look at things from all angles to discover what's actually causing the problem and causing the sleep issues. Sugar, having too much sugar late in the day can also keep you awake, and dark chocolate as well. If you eat dark chocolate late in the day, that will keep you wide awake as well. So those are things just to be aware of, really. So has anybody got any questions? I'm kind of thinking if there's anything else I need to tell you. Sleeping during the day. If somebody's sleeping during the day and falling asleep during the day, it's often an indication that there are energy channels that are blocked in different parts of the body. So for example, what we call the graveyard shift, you know, when I was doing training and things, and that time between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, just after lunch, when people are struggling to concentrate on training that's going on, that's when the small intestine is getting most of its energy. And so it may be something going on in the small intestine where you're trying to digest everything that's not flowing properly, that's making you go to sleep. If it was later in the day, then it could be something going on with the bladder. So there are, you know, lots of different things that can be looked at that need to be that may need to be addressed. The other thing is that sometimes people's environments can have low vibration entities, low vibration energies around in them, and that can cause nightmares and stop people from sleeping properly. We do need to dream, and part of what we do when we're sleeping is to actually process a lot of the trauma that we've experienced or the dramas that we've experienced, because we don't want to hold on to those energies. We want those emotions gone from our system. So if we don't get good, restorative, restful sleep, we don't actually get that chance to clear out any trauma that we've experienced. The other thing that we do as well is clear out our memory boxes, and if we've got, we need to clear out what we don't need in our short-term memory and move it into the long-term memory. Are there any colours I wouldn't advise for the bedroom? Bold colours I wouldn't advise. You want a sort of pastel, warm colours in a bedroom, so green, pink, sort of a very sort of creamy kind of yellow. I wouldn't really go for blue unless it was it had a warm tone to it, and certainly not a bright yellow or bright orange or something like that, because it would just be too vibrant for you to be able to get a good restful sleep. So there's an awful lot of processes going on when we're sleeping, and you know, it's a brilliant opportunity for the body to restore itself and bring it back into balance again. Yes, you can have crystals in the bedroom. Things like amethyst are good because they help with sleep. Rose quartz is another really good crystal to have in the bedroom as well. But I would always say intuit what you need to have in the bedroom or anywhere else in the house. It's really important to go with what feels right, and don't be surprised if you need to change them from time to time. You might find that things have changed or shifted, and you feel that you need to have a different crystal in there. Another one that's quite good, which is very calming, is ocean jasper, also known as orbicular jasper, so that might be another one to consider. Or Larimer is another nice crystal to have in the bedroom because it's another one that's very calming. Has anybody got any other questions? It's important as well to make sure that we are adequately hydrated before we go to sleep, and making sure that the room is aired and not too hot. All those kind of things are important as well. Making sure that you aren't on technology late in the day as well is important. The blue light keeps us awake that comes off technology, so trying to have some downtime for an hour or so before going to bed from your technology will make it a lot easier for you to sleep as well. Is there anything else that anybody wants to ask me? I think I've covered an awful lot of things. There is an awful lot that energy healing can do to correct sleep issues and bring restorative sleep to people. Yes, the moon can affect sleep patterns. That's a really good question, and certainly I find with my grandchildren that their sleep patterns definitely not as good around the time of the full moon, and energetically I do disconnect any negative connections between people and the moon to try and stop the moon cycles affecting them so much. But certainly around full moon, lots of people do say that they have sleep issues, difficulty getting to sleep, or they wake during the night and can't get back to sleep. And this is because the moon is drawing negative stuff up to the surface because we need to heal it and clear it. Anything else that anybody would like to know? Okay, so hopefully that's given you a little bit of insight into things that you can do to help you to get good restorative sleep for yourself. If anybody does have any big sleep issues and would like some additional help through energy healing, then do please go to my website www.peaceful-living.co.uk, where you can book an appointment or you can contact me through it for more information. Thanks very much for being with me tonight.